Make sure to check out the links down in your breadbasket. Like, subscribe, share, do all the things. Go do them right now. x.com/shockdownmine. Time to get some. Episode 7, the sDm files. Chris Ramsay, Area 52, interviewing Danny Sheehan, the UFO lawyer's alien confession. Debriefed, episode 29. 3.5 hours of just ufology dump. And even though it's pretty thick, it's probably, I would say it's definitely required reading. If you're a ufologist, you're a student of ufology, you got to get in there and do it. You know who Danny Sheehan is, if that's the case. And he's more than just drawn symbols, but right here he is drawing symbols, and that's pretty cool. It's pretty cool when he draws them out. Kaboom! The explosive UFO story that changed the world. Weaponized, episode number 68. A grand slam. A grand slam. Not too long, 53 minutes. Holy moly. Jeremy Corbell, George Knapp, Ralph Blumenthal, the myth. And on top of all of that, they're discussing the legend John Mack, who Ralph Blumenthal's been studying since 2005, writing a book about. It's the tippity top, and it's also the whole shebang when it comes to alien abductee camp. And it's the heebie-jeebiest of the heebie-jeebies. So this is good stuff to have Blumenthal. They don't even talk a lot about the 2017 thing because he just keeps saying, hey, it's what it was. We didn't know a lot, but we got to do the UFO thing. We did it. And since then, whoa, kablah. And let me tell you about John Mack. Jesse Michels, top physicist. There was a nuclear catastrophe on Mars, featuring Dr. John Brandenburg. Amazing stuff. I love Mars, the topic of Mars, the civilization on Mars. He goes through it all. The faces, the forts, the spirals, and then the cover-up, including his relationship. You know, he's pals, Carl Sagan. This is like a NASA JPL insider on top of being basically a world-renowned physicist with his own theories of everything that he doesn't want to call the theory of everything. Vetted, featuring Richard Dolan. Another just amazing thing going on. What a big week for ufology. Underwater alien bases on Earth, the Richard Dolan exclusive interview. I mean, this is a 2 for a 3 for if you count Richard Dolan's episode on top of it. And then if you go and pay attention, you'll see Richard Dolan's on like a whole bunch of other podcasts this week. Talking about his book, telling you UFO stories, USO stories. In just this vetted podcast, it turns into a Richard Dolan episode at some point, and you get probably 4 new USO stories from his books that he hasn't published yet. And then you get a couple more from his episode. Probably if you go check out those other podcasts, you go find those, you're probably getting a couple more, which is basically the best of the best. Richard Dolan telling UFO stories. Follow it all up with Need to Know with, of course, Ross fucking Coulthart and his pal, Bruce Zabel. They talk about kind of everything, so that's a great review of the last month, I guess. Ross is not happy with the American government response and the pace of UAP disclosure. Bruce Zabel seems to be less unhappy, kind of when it gives a little bit of breathing room. They talk about drones. They talk about the new age of disclosure. They don't talk any shit about soul like everyone else. They probably didn't get banned last week. A lot of people did. I somehow didn't. I don't know how. This other guy down there, he got a free membership, which we all know is worth a whole shitload of money. Thank you for the 6-month membership. I don't even know what that was, but if the prices that everyone was bitching about are true at all, that is freaking an incredible value. I don't know, when the Soul thing was happening, I really thought out my comment because I didn't want to get banned. And then everyone else was getting banned. Look, it says I'm good. I'm still in. Like, I said something like, man, look at all these other people hating on you. That was kind of what my comment was. Nobody else was being that polite, I don't think. So Soul Foundation did not get a warm welcome. They didn't even get a mention. They might not have come out with their thing by the time Need to Know was being filmed, because they probably would have mentioned it, I guess. But they probably would have been nice about it, like, you know, whatever they charge, it's going to be worth it. They're going to do good work. Those are my friends. I know what they do. You know, they had a good, they had kind of a pro age of disclosure message here, you know. So there you go. Big week, ufology. Area 52, Chris Ramsay with Danny Sheehan. Weaponized, Jeremy Corbell, George Knapp, Ralph Blumenthal, talking about John Mack. Jesse Michels with top physicist Dr. John Brandenburg going over Mars. Richard Dolan, exclusive interview on Vetted with his own bonus episode right behind that, plus all the other podcasts. Need to Know, Bryce Zabel, Ross Coulthart, kind of going over everything right on down to age of disclosure, leaving out the Soul Foundation.